Welcome back to Big Balla TV. Now you don't have to bother wipe out your eyes, you don't know it's me, Ronaldo Adams. I would just like to give you guys my prediction for the 2020-2021 English Premier League season. So this will be a two-part video. In part one here, I will be giving my top four, well really kind of top six, but mainly top four prediction, as well as the teams that will be getting relegated into the championship. And then in part two of the video, I will be looking at the Golden Boot winner as well as my player of the year. Alright, so let's not waste any time, let's get right into it. So rounding out the top six, I think the two teams from North London, Arsenal and Tottenham, will be finishing 5th and 6th respectively. Yeah, them are gonna give the top four a little fight, but for me, them not finishing higher than 5th and 6th. So in 6th, I have Tottenham, reason being Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho he has this second season syndrome where he always accomplishes something in the second season at a club. Maybe this year Spurs can maybe sneak a little victory in the Carabao Cup, win a little Carabao Cup, maybe the FA Cup, maybe the Europa League. Hey, let's see. But for right now, for me, only 6. And as mentioned before, I have Arsenal finishing 5th. Reason being, Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta's impact has been significant on the Arsenal team since his arrival in December, I think, of last year, 2019. He has actually turned Arsenal around. They're playing decent football. They look like a decent team. They even beat us, us, Chelsea, in the finals of the FA Cup. And they have also recently beaten Liverpool in the FA Community Shield a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, Arsenal are looking like a better team. And also with new additions to the backline, that is William Saliba and Gabriel, both players coming in from the French league. Saliba is French, Gabriel is Brazilian, both two young, powerful centre-backs. In addition to David Luiz and Kieran Tierney and whoever they decide to play at right back. Seems like, you know, they're trending upwards. Also, can't forget them have Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and without Aubameyang and his goals, who knows where Arsenal would be right now. So those are the factors that I think would allow Arsenal to push and fight for the top 4, but they might just miss out and finish 5th, in my opinion. Moving right along into my top 4, finishing 4th for me will be Manchester United, Man U. Why? Simple. They lack that killer centre-back. They lack that centre-back, that defender that drives fear into the opposition attackers and the opposition strikers. For example, defenders like Van Dijk, Koulibaly, or even Sergio Ramos. They signed Maguire last year for 90 million, hoping that he would be that guy for them, that guy in the defense. But based on evidence thus far, he's now cut it, you know. So they need to fill the void there. Probably for sign a demanding centre back to accompany Maguire around there, to be, you know, that enforcer. They're lacking that enforcer in the back line. Secondly, in my opinion, Manchester United is lacking that natural number 9, that natural finisher. You know, that Lewandowski, that Harry Kane, that Aguero, somebody of that caliber. Don't get me wrong though, they have Martial, who is currently their number 9. He plays in that role and he is accompanied up top by Marcus Rashford on the left and Mason Greenwood on the right. And the three young men combine and they interchange in the front line to, you know, fill that void up top and contribute some goals. But however, I think that a natural number 9 would improve Ole's team drastically. You know, somebody that Bruno Fernandes, Pogba, and now Donny van der Beek, somebody that they can feed to, you know. Alright, so into the top 3, and finishing 3rd for me will be Chelsea Football Club. Last season, Chelsea finished 33 points behind Liverpool. Liverpool finished on 99, Chelsea finished on 66. So that's a big gap for fill. You understand? However, Chelsea has made major improvements to their squad with the funds that they have allocated from sales to Eden Hazard to Real Madrid for over 100 million, as well as Alvaro Morata to Atletico Madrid for 60 million euros, I think it was. So them save up the money there and them invest it back into the squad, you know. So they have signed Ziyech, Hakim Ziyech, they have signed Werner, them signed Havertz, them signed Ben Chilwell, them signed they have also signed Thiago Silva on a free. So those guys coming into the team, they will improve the team from the defense throughout the midfield and also to the forward line. However, one big issue that is still plaguing Chelsea to this day is the goalkeeper. A few summers ago, Chelsea made Kepa Arrizabalaga the most expensive goalkeeper of all time, signing him from Athletic Bilbao for approximately 80 million, I think it was. And it is safe to say that last season was not Kepa's best season. Last season was atrocious. And then his backup, Willy Caballero, was not much better. So Chelsea really need to address the goalkeeping situation. Whether it is that they're going to give Kepa a little bit more time or loan him out and get in a replacement to fill the gap in the short term. Although Chelsea has brought in Thiago Silva to play at centre-back and Ben Chilwell to play at left-back, I still think that they will face some defensive woes. I think that Thiago Silva will be that leader, that enforcer that Chelsea needs in defense around the back. So for right now, they just need to find his partner in crime to work alongside him so that he can guide and mold into another good centre-back, you know, maybe a Zuma, Rudiger, whoever it might be. In accordance with Ben Chilwell at left-back and Reece James at right-back. Maybe them can work out something and, you know, show up the back line. On the other hand though, with all these new signings, I think they made 5 new signings, yeah? Chemistry will be an issue. So the sooner Chelsea build up some chemistry with all of them new baller, the better it will be for them. And then we can't forget Kante. N'Golo Kante is very, very, very important to how Chelsea play. He protects the defense and he is also good going forward. So last season wasn't Kante's best season, but if we get back Kante from his first season at Chelsea, that Premier League winning season at Chelsea, yeah, we're talking. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and coming in second for me this season will be Liverpool. Yes, they are defending champions, winning the league with 99 points last year, but I personally think that they are only good for second this season. And if Chelsea get them game together early, who knows, them can even push Liverpool for that second place. But for me right now, Liverpool have finished second. My primary reason for predicting that Liverpool will only finish second this year is that they haven't made any signings, any significant signings that is. They have thus far signed a backup left back, number 21, Sismaikos or something like that from Olympiacos. But Liverpool, they don't have no fresh blood in the team. You know what I'm saying? The front three, if one of those front three guys would have, Mane, Salah, Firmino, if one of those guys ever get a long-term injury, it's over for Liverpool. Why? They don't have anybody coming off the bench that you will fear. Yeah, them have Origi who scored 2 like a vital goal. Well, I'm not gonna say 2 like a vital goal because they were important, but you get what I say? He's not gonna change the price of rice. You get what I say? Origi is not that guy off the bench. For me, Liverpool desperately lacks depth. You see like how City would have bring on, last season them could have bring on a Sane off the bench, Mahrez off the bench sometime, Bernardo Silva off the bench sometime, Foden off the bench sometime, Gabriel Jesus off the bench sometime. Liverpool simply not have them privilege there. Early in the summer they were linked with Timo Werner from Leipzig, but we all know that Werner chose to come to Chelsea rather than go to Liverpool. They are now being linked with Thiago from Bayern Munich, the Spanish international midfielder. But I don't think they will close that deal simply because it doesn't seem like Liverpool has the monetary clout right now that it needs as a club. I think that Jurgen Klopp will try to freshen up his squad by ingratiating young players into the team such as Ryan Brewster and Curtis Jones. And finally, I think Liverpool will have a slight drop off this season just because I don't think they are hungry anymore. You know, last 2 seasons they've won the Champions League, UEFA Champions League. They've won the Club World Cup and now they have won the Premier League, last season's Premier League. So I don't think they have that drive, that passion anymore to go out there and play over the top, press as their usual style is. They don't have that, them not hungry no more basically, them belly full, them not push themselves anymore. And coming in at the top of the table for me this season will be Manchester City. I think that City will want to have a bounce back here this season. Reason being, last year they kind of flopped, if we're being honest. They ended the campaign with merely winning the Carabao Cup, and we all know that the Carabao Cup is at the bottom of the food chain in the listings of the titles. So one might put Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup and Carabao Cup, and they only finished with the Carabao Cup. And coming off the back of such a poor season, we know say City are going to come reassure everybody, say, yo, and we name City and we run the Premier League. Well, that's at least that's what they think, you know. So one thing that might deter this from happening though is the backline. We know say City backline shaky plus tax. City has tried to address their backline woes this summer by bringing in Nathan Ake from Bournemouth for approximately £40 million. But I don't think Nathan Ake alone are going to do the job, you know. I think personally they need to get Koulibaly. Point blank period. Go pay the money. He's 29 right now, so he's no where you wait for. Go pay the money and get Koulibaly because we don't need him. If all goes as planned, City will be the 2020-21 Premier League champions. Alright, so for the guys that will be getting relegated, for them unfortunately, 1, I have Villa. Reason being is Jack Grealish or nothing. 2, they cannot defend. 3, they don't have a natural striker, so you don't know, say goal hard for come for them. And accompanying Villa at the bottom of the table for me will be Fulham and West Brom. Both teams were recently promoted, but for me, them come up and them are going right back down because I don't think those squads can manage the Premier League. Not at all. Once again, I'd just like to thank you guys for tuning into another video here on Balla TV. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, tell everybody, because you don't know, so without you guys the channel will never grow. So it is vital that you guys, you know, spread the word. And also don't forget to follow Balla TV on Instagram at Balla TV. And you don't know, if you want to follow your boy, it's at NALDO'S on Instagram and Twitter, and at Ronaldo Adams on Snapchat. This has been part 1 of my predictions for the 2020-21 EPL season. Join me in the next video for part 2. Balla's out.